already done.
Amen.
All right, y'all need to say amen.
Amen.
Amen. Right, that's something you got to be so grateful. Never lose sight in what He's already have done.
That's right. Amen.
And definitely never not be thankful because of what the devil told you is going to come.
Amen.
Amen. It ain't happened yet, but because the devil had lied to you and gave you some crazy speculations, now you're grieved, you're heavy, and you're not thankful because you believe what may be coming up the road. You don't want to do that. Make sure you guard your mind. Make sure you guard your mind. Make sure you allow yourself to stay focused. Make sure you force yourself. Make sure you talk to yourself about staying focused about what God has already done in my life. I will not be down about what I got to go through today or tomorrow. I'm thankful for what He's done, how He brought me out days ago. I'm thankful. And no matter what you feel in your body now, there are some other things that have transpired and God brought you out. You got to be thankful. A thankful heart means everything. Now, let me tell you something. Even you, try getting a child that complains about something as if they forgot about all the other sacrifices you have made. Come on. You know, you ask for, they ask for some sneakers, you say, no, not now. It's not even about like you got plenty of money and mean and don't want to give it to them. It's just that, having a roof over your head is more important than something to wear to school. And they act like you've been neglecting them all their life. Immediately you won't feel some kind of way. Instantly. Yes. There's something about a parent when you give your best and somebody got something that's minute to complain about. How you going to complain about that when I've done all this? Yes. Listen to your punishment. Go to your room. Come on. I mean, you got a room. When I was a kid, we didn't have rooms like that. Like to go from the living room to the kitchen, you had to walk through my bedroom and my sister's bedroom to go to the kitchen. So my brother and I had one room, my two sisters had another room, and so you had no privacy. And somebody say, go to your room, it ain't mean much. Now these kids got doors. They can go to their room and close the door. A luxury. With the doors we had in our house, was none of them was to secure your room. Now they get mad if you don't knock before you come in. So you got to get to the place that we're thankful. Don't allow what you feel or what you're going through to erase what has already been done. It'll mess up any relationship. You hear me? It'll mess up any relationship. I want to talk to you today about the 1600 meter race.
Okay, all right.
That's 4 times around the track. What's so miraculous about this race is the first 400 meters of the race don't tell you nothing. Come on. You see people take off. And you know what I've noticed in going to following my son around as he ran track, in the region and in the state. And as we begin to follow him, I noticed one is a corny race. Don't nobody like watching it. Take too long. And nobody really paying attention unless you know somebody on the track. Everybody else be like, I wish they should have had this race last. Like we want to see the 100-meter day. We want to see the relay. That's what we want to see. Nobody wants to see somebody struggle to get around the track. When I watch the races, I notice that nobody that takes off like a bullet ever wins. Neither does the person that's last ever seem to make it to come in first. I've seen people that had no business in the race. No, I'm serious. Like it's like, I guess, sometimes you just want to fill a slot, but this person had no business in this race because it's holding up the whole meeting Because they got 2 more times. The race over now for everybody else. But they got 2 more times to go around. This ain't fair to the rest of us. See, and this is what you want to make sure you're conscious of, is that I'm not just in a race to say I'm in it. If I'm in this race, I'm in it to win it. And you know that 1600 meter race, I see people running around that track, and you know, and let me tell you something. It's so amazing, because when people are making it around, that you don't know who's who until you start getting into the last 800 meters of the race. And then you see people that are properly prepared, people that should not have even been in the race. Because when somebody go around the track and pass somebody that they've been around 2 times, the other person only been around once, you probably shouldn't even been on that track. Another thing, golf, tennis, but 1600 meters is not your thing.
Amen.
When you see people in the last 400 meters, you know who's who.
Amen.
Whatever they got left, they put it out. The thing is, it's easy to stay focused and train for something that's going to last for a short amount of time.
Amen.
But for the long haul, it requires another level of training. Your diet is different. My son is very muscular. He could never survive a 1600 meter. Because you know, look at having all the muscles is nice, but carrying them around at a fast pace ain't the best situation. And you know, certain people, they look different. Those that run the 1600 meter look different. You see them guys running a 100 meter dash, man, some of them look cut, look like some of them look like they just come out the weight room, some of them. Nice cut, big armor, but the 1600 is built totally different. Totally different. I'm not made to just shine for 8 seconds. I'm here for about 12, 15 minutes probably. And you need to understand that most of us are willing to do 100 meters, but that 1600 meter frightens us. And the reason, you know, I was a kid, my grandmother used to always go to upstate New York. And I never forget, I was at my Aunt Susie's house, which we mostly stayed there. Either my Aunt Susie's house or my Aunt Lulabelle's house. And I was at my Aunt Susie's house, and they had this thing called PAL, the P-A-L. And what they would do is they would take kids from the community, and they would take them, and they would go to race. And well, I'd never raced before in my life. Never. That was just something. We were on the streets, you know, we raced, but nothing that was official. And this was the. I remember I ran the 100 meter, and I won. Yeah, I won, and that's something. Wow, I never ran, won. Then they needed to fill a slot for the 400 meter. That's completely around the track. And I remember taking off like it was the 100 meter. I never ran before, never been trained. And I was winning somewhere all the way around about maybe 300 meters. And when it was about 100 meters left, I saw people on the side of me that I didn't see before. Now here's the thing. I came in third. And it broke my heart because I didn't win. My logic was, if I see somebody passing me, it's going to make me get up. I had a mindset, I had the will to win, but I didn't have the training to win.
Come on.
Everybody tried to comfort me, man, this is the first time you ever did this. I remember as a kid crying and crying all day, crying, because I lost the race. Let me tell you something. Don't cry when you lose for something you didn't prepare to win for. No, that was the reality. Everybody kept saying, you did so good. You did. Nobody came to me and said, there's going to be another race, another time, and this is what you can do to win. Everybody tried to make me feel good. One, because I never ran before. Two, because I did what they thought was good for a first-time runner, but I didn't win. Stop looking for people to make you feel good because you put forth a good effort. You're here to win, not to just get in the race. So if I lose today, I need somebody in my life that'll tell me you lost today, but this is what you need to do to win tomorrow. Somebody say, God, send me a coach. If you got the right coach, it can change your life forever. Go to Isaiah 26:3. We running this race, and then we here for the long haul. When you're here for the long haul, that means my diet got to be right.
Amen.
Your diet got to be right. You know, I've never, you know, you can do some things running when you have that adrenaline flowing. Adrenaline be flowing, and I know most of you are not from the same background as some, but I grew up in a neighborhood that sometimes people get after you. And you got to get in the wind. And that adrenaline kick in. Now you don't know what you can do. This is the truth. You don't know you don't know what wall you can climb.
That's right.
Until the right thing get behind you.
Amen.
I'm so serious.
Right.
You would think, oh man, that you can't come. You look at the sound tower up here and you be like, man, you can't get up there. The right thing get behind you, you'd be amazed at what you can do.
That's true.
I know it sounds, but now here's what you got to understand. You can't live off adrenaline.
Amen. Amen. Amen.
Now again, you know, y'all know my past. You know, I come from a violent past, and I have been in fights, and the adrenaline, you won't feel nothing when you pump. You're hyped. You want to get at somebody. You want to get, you know, as the old folks say, you want to get your lick in. And man, you don't feel nothing. But then that fight starts settling down. Boy, you start realizing that old Joker got a mean body shot there. He's sitting there talking. You start, you know, twisting your jaw. You don't feel nothing when you're hyped.
Right.
Well, you can't live off hype.
Right.
You got to be the real deal. You got to know this is a way of life for me. And if winning is a way of life for me, then therefore I need to know the conditioning required to win. The wrong diet will interfere with what I will be able to do.
Amen.
Isaiah 26:3 says, thou wilt keep him in perfect peace whose mind is stayed on thee. He will keep you in perfect peace whose mind is stayed on you, because they trust in you, God. No matter what you're going through, no matter what challenge, God said, I will keep you in. When you see no peace, that's because somebody's mind is in the wrong place.
That's true.
You know, let me tell you something. It is so reassuring to go through something and know you got the right people around you that's going to get you through.
Amen. Yes.
A trucking company is going through a DOT audit, and it's the first time we really had a real audit like this. And it's because my drivers was driving around with no DOT, no logbook, all this other stuff. And that thing bothered me, and it was always reassuring to hear my wife talk about auditors like she was like, this is no problem, don't worry about this. I'm going to take care of that. That's going to be all right. Because I was trying to get everything in order way before. And she just was so relaxed. So her peace gave me peace.
Amen.
You don't need nobody to freak out with you. You don't need nobody sitting there. No, you don't need that. You don't need me smoking nothing. Somebody need to be like, it ain't nothing, dog. It ain't nothing. Just chill. You shaking, they shaking. No, listen to me. When you don't have no peace, it's because the devil got your mind on defeat. When you don't have no peace, it's because you think you by yourself. You don't have no peace because the devil told you, for whatever reason, God not going to come through for you. And you believe that lie, and he's robbing you of your peace. Listen, thou will keep them. God will keep you in perfect peace. In perfect peace. He's the only one that can produce perfection at anything. God will keep you in perfect peace. whose mind is staying. You keeping your mind on what God told you.
Amen.
Either through the man or woman of God, through the word of God. But one thing is for sure, whatever he told me, I got to keep my mind on that.
Amen. Right.
Because I trust. When you trust God, no matter what I go through, I'm going to believe him till the end.
Amen.
Amen.
They say God's going to heal you. And the doctor said, well, you got 3 days to live. 2 days, 23 seconds, 59 minutes, and 59 seconds. I'm going to still be believing.
Yes.
I'm going to still be believing. You can't have no Mary and Martha faith and trusting him up to a point.
Come on now. Come on.
It's all, listen, sometimes you got to shift your testimony. Y'all better hear me today, I swear. I'm telling you, God will set you free from some stuff. Sometimes you got to shift your testimony right in the fire.
Hallelujah.
No, you be sitting there thinking, well, you know what I mean, when I get there, I'm telling you, when that money come in, I'm going to be able to do what God told me to do. And then that money don't come in, shift your testimony.
Amen.
Ooh, now God probably going to take me around. Listen, the devil giving you ideas.
Right.
Come on now.
Come on.
Oh, how God gonna forsake you? How God's gonna abandon you? Well, just keep shifting your idea till you find a place. Listen, one thing is for sure, we serve a God that cannot lie.
Amen.
We serve a God that said, I'll never leave you nor forsake you. You need to believe that.
Yes.
So you got to get to the place that I'm going to just keep changing my testimony. I'm sitting there saying, oh Lord, you got to come through because they're going to evict me on the 5th. The marshals are coming to throw me out on the 5th, Lord. And then, guess what? On the 5th, God don't show up in time. Well, guess what you do? You pack and change it. Ooh, God, I thank you that you're moving me into my new home. Listen, I ain't about to go get depressed. I'm going to shift my testimony. Because you're not a God that work on my time span. And the truth be told, a lot of us go through things and we really don't have full vision, full understanding on why we got to go through what we're going through.
Right.
When you're the one going through it, you never see your part you played to put you there.
Right.
Gotta see your part.
You be looking at everything going wrong. The landlord ain't merciful. You be looking at all this happened, such and such didn't help me. But you never see your part, your negligence, your time you spent buying stuff you didn't need,
Right.
trying to go places you shouldn't go. I got a problem with somebody that's eating out and you ain't got your home secure. Listen to me, can I tell you? Listen to me. Most of the financial blessings I walk in is because I hear God.
Yes.
And I obey God. Not because God gave me something other than instructions. The key to my financial success is instructions God give me, not unexpected checks.
Right.
Now, I'm not telling you, you got a preacher you giving to, or someone into, and he telling you, you know, you give me $50 and God's going to do this. Well, if it's working, keep sending it.
Right.
Now, I mean, if you keep sending $50 every week to somebody, right? And on the 13th week, you get an unexpected check for $30,000, well, you're a fool not to, you don't listen to me.
Right.
Keep sending the $50, that's a good trade, ain't it?
Amen.
Some of y'all look like you didn't send it and you didn't get nothing back. No. So when God blessed me, he blessed me through instructions. This is what I need you to do. This is how I need you to prepare. A storm is coming. You know the old folks used to sing a song. There's a storm out on the ocean and it's moving this whole way. Well, if a storm is coming, you ain't got a minute sitting on the beach with an umbrella. Come on, talk about something. Can I get a pina colada?
Right.
You're trying to enjoy when you need to be preparing for a storm.
Right.
So most times when you see some people go through some things and weather it a lot better than others, because we can hear instructions and obey. If you're going to grow in God, you got to keep your mind stayed on him. Your mind means everything. If the devil gets your mind, that means he already know you don't trust God. If he can speak and cause a reaction from you that's sad, depressing, just because he gave you this thought, he know you're not trusting God. That's why every thought, every imagination that casts itself against the plan of God for your life, the purpose of God, cast it down.
Yes.
Amen. Amen.
Well, you don't want to do too much too fast. because you don't know what could happen. You could lose your job. This could happen. That every thought, and every imagination,
Yes.
cast it down.
Come on now.
Listen, there's balance. This is wisdom I'm about to give you. It may not for your house, but you know, I'm just throwing it out. You do what you want with it. There's a certain amount of balance you have between upkeeping your house and paying for your house. You don't want to upkeep something you can't pay for.
Right.
Are you listening? So you can add some value to your own, you know, and now again, you do what you got to do. All right, don't get crazy. But you don't want to be talking about something, I'm going to build an upstairs, and then when you build an upstairs and a downstairs and a left stair and then all of a sudden now you ain't got no money to pay for it, you done built somebody else something nice.
Right. Right.
Because you know what the mortgage company, I've been through about 3 or 4 foreclosures in my lifetime. All right? They never take into consideration all the months and years you paid on time.
Right.
Now, we talking about the day, Mr. Hatcher. You owe us my I paid you on time. They say, good, that's a good history. But we can't live off history. You had to pay off the day. Now, you gonna have this money or not? Yeah, they don't care nothing about what you done did. They want to know what you can do.
Right.
So, listen, you don't go doing foolish. You got to have wisdom on how much I'm willing to invest versus how much I owe. I like to put myself in a position that if anything major happened, that I can, you know, just wipe some things out.
Right.
Live comfortable for a couple of weeks, get your head together. If you're living from paycheck to paycheck, there could be a problem if that check stops. Like let's say, for instance, you're supposed to get paid on Friday, right? You go to work on Thursday and they closed up like they did Jevix, the trucking company. People came to work and they were gone.
Wow.
Now what you gonna do? You gonna get you a cuss? Even if you see the people in personnel probably looking for a check too.
Right.
You go to work tomorrow and that building closed with a big old yellow sticker on there. And you say, well, where everybody at? And then you and all the employees, you're just gonna be cussing and fussing and but you get with by the time you find out how to even get your money, you don't even know who to call. You call the police. They can't help you. And the officer, yeah, I came to work and they were closed. And where's the crime at, man? Well, I gotta get a check Friday. That's a simple matter, man. You need to get yourself an attorney. That 3 years for that check come, I'll tell you that right now. Especially if they file bankruptcy, you might not get nothing. Pastor, don't talk like that. You're stressing me out. Well, just go and listen. If you gonna believe all the hype the devil telling you to slow you down, you too scared to do anything. Talking about somebody, I don't want to buy no house just in case I lose my job. Nowhere to live is nowhere to live, whether you renting
Right.
or whether you buying. The only difference is for those that own, we can do a countdown. And it's 360, 359. For those that are blessed, we can do 20 years, 15 years, and just keep counting down, keep counting 160, 159. For you that's renting, you only can count down, the least amount you can count down, I think, in February 28, and you better be ready to do it again. Some months you get 30, some months you get 31. We count payments down, you count days down. Payments mean that I'm coming to a point, I ain't gonna pay you no more. Rent, once you pay it, most of y'all don't pay it on the first anyway. On behalf of all landlords, all your late payers, get your life together. You pay it on the 5th, you might have start counting down. 25 more days, 24 more days. You got to do it again. Listen to me. If you don't get your mind focused on I got to better myself and stop embracing excuses to keep myself down, that devil going to beat you every time. Go to 1 Corinthians 9 and 27. 1 Corinthians 9 and 27. I'm going to read the King James Version and I'm going to read the NLT, the New Living Translation, as well. 1 Corinthians 9 and 27. You got to stay focused on winning. Now listen to this. I want you to catch this. Whenever you're in any race, any battle, any type of contention trying to stop you from obtaining your desired goal. So when I use the word race, I don't want you just thinking on a track, because some of y'all ain't gonna never be on a track. All right? But think about any opposition you have to face, any competition, any resistance that's trying to stop you from obtaining a certain goal. All right? You got to stay focused on the win. The focus on the glory of the win. The celebration of the win while you're in training. No. Once you get on the track, it's too late to be talking about, ooh, we're going to celebrate. It don't even make no sense to lie. Don't even make no sense to lie. You ain't never in your life seen nobody 100 pounds overweight win a 16-meter race. The ambulance somewhere around 200 or 300 meters with the defibrillator and all that other stuff. Come on, man. If you don't have winning on your mind during training, don't worry about having it on your mind when you hit the track. Winning on your mind during training make you get up when you want to sit down.
Come on now. Come on.
Make you change your diet because I want to win.
Come on now. Come on.
Make you live a certain way, do certain things, train different. You don't come training when you feel like, I ain't coming today. No! When winning is on your mind, I got to go. Listen, you know, one of the things about football or basketball, see any type of sport, you got an off season, but the season don't start it when the first game of the season.
Right.
Now get your butt in here. Some of y'all done picked up some extra pounds and stuff, and no, get yourself in here. Let's get to running. Start skipping and dipping, and some of them done partying on 2-3 months. No, get yourself in here, get yourself together, get your diet right. You see, now we always glory and talk about how much athletes make, but we never talk about what's required of them to cash that check. Some people have natural talent, that's good. But even with natural talent, you ain't gonna be eating McDonald's every day. Even with natural talent, you're gonna have to do something, you gotta learn some things. You say, yeah, I'm the best receiver. Well, that's good, but if you don't know what the play is, you out there screaming and jumping and hollering and all this other stuff. Man, you here in the red zone, the quarterback got sacked when you was five yards up. You so busy in your own little place, you still running. They looking at you saying, come on, man, you taking time off the clock, brother. Come on. Come on back. Listen to the play. Listen to the play. You got to get to the place that I got to keep myself focused on winning before the competition begins. I got to focus on, listen, worship don't begin on Sunday. Worship begins the moment you walk out these doors. I got to keep my mind right. Treat other people right. Act like God. Holy Spirit dropped that song, man. I'm talking about a song this morning during the beginning part of prayer. And man, I'm telling you, it was something in regards to, the old song, hallelujah, old song like that, and, Lord, I thank you, and all this other stuff. And, you get your mind right before you get here. Amen. Because how you treat people before you get here will determine whether you get here is in vain. Amen. I'm going to say that one again. Amen. You need to know how you treat people before you get here will determine whether you coming here is in vain. You can't come unless you come in with a repentant heart, a mind to change, a mind to grow. You in here talking about something, give me the mic. Give me the mic for what? Somebody you about to pull into the parking space. Somebody come from the other side, drove through their parking space and parked in yours. Oh Lord. Child, you done toot your horn, toot. Now that toot means you don't want who I really am to come up out this car. And then when you see them lights go out, and them take their seatbelt off, now you done cuss them out, clean out, and all of a sudden, as you see Mother Aldridge step out the car, you're like, Mom, I'm sorry, I didn't know that was you. It don't matter who was there. Right. You done talked about their mama, their daddy. You come on, get out the car. And then mama look up and say, hey brother, you right. Now you want to get deep and sanctified. You need anything? Bless you, mama, you need anything? I need you to stop cussing me out, talking about my mama and my grandmama and stuff. Can you do that? You can't act like the devil and come in here and act like God is pleased with you. You can't do certain things to mess up people's life and then come here acting like God's going to bless yours.
Amen. Amen. Amen.
All right, y'all at 1 Corinthians, let me get through this. Y'all look like you say, Pastor, I don't care what you say, I ain't running nowhere. But I will keep under my body and bring it into subjection, lest that by any means, when I have preached to others, I myself shall be a castaway. Now, you ever seen people on the sideline telling people what to do?
Right.
Y'all do it every time your team play.
Right.
Man, I'm tell you something. I done seen guys with a ball hit them in the chest, and they don't catch it. They get cussed out. The fans, even sometimes their mama. Because she need them to have a good seat in the boy mama this house. Mama's quiet. I ain't moving out. You better catch that ball, boy. At least till his house paid for. Then after that. No, man. The fans and the people on the sideline always got good information for you. Now, they ain't been to nobody camp. Don't nobody want to see no film on them. I want to see you run across the street right quick while I throw the ball and see you catch it. Nobody care. Go ahead. Listen. Do you know just because you got good information don't mean that somebody want to hear it? I got information. Nobody want to hear you. People on the sideline are always screaming. My son, every race he lost because he was hard-headed. I told him, faster, pick it up. If he did what I said, he would have won. But oh no, he wanted to do it his way and run at his pace. I was sitting right on the sideline with my belly sticking out. Pick it up, son, pick it up. Run. He coming. He didn't listen to me. Listen to me. I'm trying to tell other people how to win, and I can't win my darn self.
My Lord Jesus. Come on.
Child, I get out there on that track, the only way I'm going to win is with a gun. And tell everybody you better run the other way. You better run the other way, goddoggit. So I'm going to shoot you in your behind if I see you in front of me. If I see you in front of me, I'm going to put a bullet in your behind. I'm telling you that right now. And you take it for what it's worth. No, people, listen. Stop trying to coach other people on how to win. Now, I'm about to say something, just a little slap. It ain't like no big, like from the shoulder length slap. Just like, just right up slap. You know, just a little up slap. Parents always do that. You're not focused. Did the teacher tell you to do it? Why did that child say, did your supervisor tell you to come on time? How do you supposed this kid here, Mommy? He was a thief, Mommy. Mommy, you've never bought a pen in your life. These are all the company pens. Mama, I learned a word today. Pilfering. That's you. You get all my school supplies from your office. No, but when we all quick on it, if I catch you, if I find out you stealing again, I'll bust you. Well, you need to get rid of the company pens out. See, you think it's like the world. Depending on how much you stole will determine whether you're a crook. Parents is always on the sideline trying to tell you need to get your homework, you need to get focused, you don't need to be going out and your work ain't done. But we ain't gonna talk about your work. Because your work get done when you feel like doing it because you grown. But you want to coach somebody else. See, unless you are able to do it yourself, you don't pack an anointing to influence somebody else to do it. You being a success is going to mean everything to your child being a success. You do good for a little while, then you just start acting stupid, and I'm sick of it. But Mama, this is your 15th diet. You had just started this year. Yeah, you still look like you're growing. No, the topic at hand is stay focused, stay consistent. And here we just started that diet on Monday 15 times. Then we play psychological games with ourselves. I'm going to finish eating all this junk. That ain't going to buy no more. When I finish eating these here cookies, I ain't gonna buy no more cookies. I'm gonna start my diet when all this here gone. That's a lie. That's a lie. But why you lying to yourself? You sit up there with crumbs all over you. I said, I'm gonna change, I'm gonna change. You ain't gonna change. You can't be somebody on the sideline. Go to the New Living Translation. I want you to get this. It's work to win. You don't win just because you want them. You gotta be trained. You gotta be groomed. Are y'all listening to me? Every time I'm talking about discipline and change, I'm not talking about diet. Y'all be trying to get your little money back while the deacons got that secured. I talk about diet and food and all that stuff. They start looking at it. Oh, you say it again. Say it again. I get my $2 back. Listen to this. Listen to this. I discipline my body like an athlete. Like an athlete. Training it to do what I tell it to do, when I tell it to do it, how I want it to do it. Otherwise, I fear that after preaching, I'm trying to tell other people how to do it. Everybody, listen, Eagle fans talk about the Cowboy fans and they're just about on the same level. But they're so happy to see the Cowboys lose. I heard a friend of mine, he's an Eagle fan, he said a Cowboy loss is just like an Eagles win to me. He got just as much celebrating to do with it. Listen to me. Everybody that's talking about everybody and then one of them can take a hit.
Right.
Oh, you act like a girl. Oh, don't tell me you heard again. Don't tell me you heard again. Oh my God. Where do you get these women? Child, I would just love to see just a little kid running. Your kids running to you and you have a heart attack. Child. And I broke my knee. But the people on the TV, they're women. Child, you get them grandkids, them toys and all that stuff, roll over them bikes, roll over your foot. Oh, Lord. Boy, you be talking about them grandkids like they ain't yours. Boy, you ugly little thing. No. Now, the man on the field had cleats stepping on him and all those stuff. You don't care nothing about that. See, when people are not in the fight, they're full of advice and information. Yes. What to do and what not to do. How to run, where to run, look out, turn around, throw the ball, run the ball. Don't sit back there too long. They need to trade them. I remember there was a big problem going on with Willingboro, their school district. The money wasn't right. And they said they had a meeting. And they said one man got up in the meeting and he said, if you got bad credit, we don't need to hear from you anyway. Well, that's going to change the meeting. He said, if you got bad credit, we don't need to hear from you anyway. How you going to tell us how to manage $12,000? You can't even manage $30,000 or $40,000 that you make every year. Make good sense to me. Everybody said, don't you worry about my credit. I'm going to tell you how to spend this money. You need to learn how to spend your money. If you don't know how to spend and control and manage $20,000, you can imagine what you do with $20 million.
That's true.
Everybody got something to say when they ain't in the mix. So I got to train my body like an athlete. I'm not going to be a person that's going to be on the sideline telling them what they should do when I can't do it myself.
Amen. Amen.
I beat myself up every day when I got to stay focused. You know, we got this editor and writers and all this stuff with my books, and I got to read through all this stuff. And then when I'm reading, sometimes I don't feel like reading. I just don't feel like reading. And I sit there and I say, you know, I preach to myself. If you ain't willing to do what's required to go to the next level, don't complain about where you're at. Don't complain. Don't start lying to your kid. I don't want to give y'all the best life. How you gonna give them the best life? You won't even go in there and read. Read the pages, man. Make the corrections. Is it what you want or not what you want? See, some of y'all can have success right in your hand, but you don't feel like it. Get your feelings under control. Your feelings gonna keep you poor.
True.
Some of y'all will only override your feelings when it comes to my need. Let me finish reading this. I fear that after preaching to others, I myself may be disqualified. Wait a minute, hold up. That word disqualified means something. Because you got, do you know, boxers have to pass a physical before they can come in the ring. No, you don't come into the ring, I want to knock him out. Well, if they check your blood pressure and it's too high, you can't fight. There's a lot of, well, I'm sure the NFL got requirements, and depending on how well you play, they will gladly overlook them. But in high school and college, you got to have a certain health requirement that got to be met before you can play. Well, some of y'all, it ain't even about you winning. You've been disqualified. You're coming up on the track with Tim's on. Boy, we know you ain't trying to win no race. Now I'm more comfortable with these on, dog. No. That's not what you. On the football field, you don't come on with what's comfortable.
Right.
There's a requirement that got to be met.
Right.
If you are not willing to train your body, train your thinking, train for yourself on who you're going to hang around and who you're not. Some people you can listen. You can do whatever you know. You don't try to do what I do. I can listen to Bernie Mac and not get up and say what Bernie Mac say. Laugh and fall out. And yet, because Bernie Mac was a means of entertainment, Bernie Mac said things that were entertaining. Well, I don't get up and try to be Bernie Mac.
Right.
I mean, there's some things, I had to get delivered from. Calling people some stuff like that. But I mean, some people you can have fun with. Your sister, you might can have fun with her. Your brother, your cousin, but they're not part of they have no business having anything to do with the plan God has for your life. You're part of the entertainment of my life. That's it. Some of y'all, you got drink buddies. Y'all start drinking, you start talking, then you just tell everything. I ordered in the house so big. They said, no, you ain't. Yeah, I'm a builder tonight. Come on, help me. Let's go. No, you need to calm down. You need to calm down. If you don't do it, you're going to be disqualified. You're not going to lose. You're going to be disqualified. You don't get your mind right. It ain't even about you trying to live like you see somebody else live. You're not even qualified. Somebody go into your personal business just a little bit. This one's just a cluck. It ain't even a slap. You can't ask God to give you no certain type of man, and you ain't even discipline your mouth like an athlete discipline his body.
Yes.
Or you're gonna be disqualified. I figured it get quiet. I heard a rat. I heard a rat zipper go down. I heard it got quiet real quick. You can't ask for stuff you don't qualify for. He wants you to have it. And I tell y'all this all the time, all the single women of this ministry, the more you grow, the more you triumph, the more you're going to need God to help you. Why? Because you've been doing it too long by yourself. And if he don't come in with now you hear my heart on this. He don't come in with a dominant mindset to bring you joy, bring you happiness. Man, you can be like, before you know it, you're going to put your hands on him. No, you can't listen to me. Now, it is what it is. You gotta hear my heart on it. I want the best for you. But you bring somebody in your life and y'all struggling together and you ain't going up. You be like, well, what you get?
Right. Yes.
If I did this by myself, when we come together, we need to go to another level. We don't need to be talking about something, oh yeah, now I can get the shoes I want. And God said, man, what's wrong with you? There ain't no shoe buying time.
Right.
I'm going to Bora Bora. You better bow your butt in that kitchen and relax. Sometimes people don't like the requirement. See, everybody wants the coming out party, but nobody wants the preparation party.
Come on.
You be seeing these people on the field and all, but you don't see the years of preparation. I tell my son this is so important. if he can find a team with a great coach, it's better and not start. Find a team with a great coach and he bench you. Then you go into a team with a sorry coach and you first on the field. No, listen to me. Being on the field is only can produce what you've been taught. If you got a coach, you may hit the field once this season, but the next season you're going to be better than you ever was.
Right. Amen.
I didn't like my son playing at King. He said he's going to move on and he's going somewhere else. But I didn't like it because they were too glorious for him. It was just, everybody just, yeah. Now, you can't grow when everybody pat you on the back. Somebody need to tell you, boy, you ain't nothing. Sit down. No reason you should have made this play. You should have did this. How did that guy catch that ball? Why was you in the wrong position? How do you want that? If you get too many people that's always celebrating you ain't gonna be much. But it make you feel good in the moment though. The hoo-ah, yeah. Let me one more verse. Now I'll finish this next week maybe. Philippians 4:6. And I may go back to this next week. Do this one right here in the New Living Translation. I ain't got no time. Do this in the New Living Translation. Philippians 4:6. Don't worry about anything. Instead, talk to God about everything. There's certain things you need to start changing words in the Bible. The word prayer, every once in a while substitute it for talk to God. Spend time with God. Hang out with God. Don't worry about anything. Instead, when you're hanging out with God, talk to Him about everything. Don't worry about anything. The time, the mornings when you and God are up doing your thing, talk to Him about it. See, the word prayer somehow immediately mentally put us in a position that robs us of the relationship God really wants to have with us. We start thinking, God say He want to pray. He wants you to pray. And we got to go somewhere and get on our knees. You say, well, where can I go? No, you don't. Listen, make Him alive in your life.
Right.
I just need some alone time. Let me get somewhere. Let me go walking. I swear, I'm telling you, every prayer warrior got to have a beach house. I'm telling you, there's nothing. Well, you know, some of y'all you can't swim, so you're probably scared of water. I don't know. But I'm telling you, there's nothing more relaxing than walking the beach in the morning before the sun come up talking to God. I overslept one time. We was in Miami, and when my wife got, something happened to her. I can't remember. Something happened. She got sick or hollering and screaming about something. I don't know. And so I had to get up. I had to go find what they call CVS. What is it called? No, it's called, what's the name of the
Pharmacy.
store? Pharmacy. I had to go find a pharmacy. I had to get all this stuff, right? So when I got up, when she woke me up, it was about 2:30 in the morning, right? We was in Miami, about 2:30, 3 o'clock in the morning. Then I had to walk, because they ain't nowhere to park in Miami. You park you want to. When you come out, your car be going for a ride, all right? So I had to walk to the CVS, or wherever it was, the pharmacy. And by the time I got back, and it was late, so I said, let me just lay down, and then I'm going to get back up and go out to the beach and pray. And so we got everything, blah, 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 laid back down. I woke back up about 6:30. And when I went out on the beach, I missed God. I'm telling you, there's something about the timing that when God meets you at a certain time, it ain't, I get there when I can.
Right.
I could feel it, and I was out there, man, I'm telling you, just trying to talk to God and all this stuff, and it just, I could feel the disconnect.
Wow.
Timing. Being on time, talking to God. Prayer is about you and God. What make you and God right? Some of y'all you can be talking to God on a treadmill. You say, Pastor, I can't be committing suicide. I ain't talking to God. But whatever. During your exercise, I don't care what it is. You and God need to have a hangout time that you talk to Him. Don't worry about anything. Instead, talk to God about everything. Tell God what you need. Tell God what you need. And thank Him for all He has, listen, what He's already done. It don't matter what you need. God, what I need ain't a deal breaker for how I feel about you right now. I'm going to say that again since you didn't catch it. It don't matter what I need. I'm not going to allow what I need to change how I feel about you and all you've done for me already. You stand at the bus stop and you say, God, I need a car because I'm wasting a lot of time. And your cars, depending on where you live, car is not a luxury. You understand that? Right? Depending on your lifestyle, car is not a luxury. You got games and all those stuff. You can't be getting on the bus trying to catch soccer games and all those stuff. You sit in the bus stop, you tell God, God, I need a car. I need a car because I got to take my kids here, got to do this. I'm wasting more time and blah, blah, blah. And stuff. And then you and God start talking about it. And then God start talking, you telling God what you need. And then you start talking. And then, but God, it don't matter how many days I'm in the bus stop. I thank you for the days I did have a car. Amen. I thank you for the days I took that car for granted. I thank you for the days that, you know, the time I could have invested in growing with you. Now that time has been taken up. I'm here at the bus stop. Thank you for, you know, just loving me when I wasn't even paying you no mind. Thank you, God. Thank you. Thank you for the time that, you know, when I couldn't even get out of bed to come to the bus stop. At least I can walk to the bus. Thank you that I got the activity of my limbs. Thank you, God. Thank you that I got a job to go to on this bus. God, thank you. See, the main thing is when you start getting anxious, you start forgetting where you come from. You get anxious, you start talking about what you need, what you want, but you never need or want beyond what you're already thankful for. I'm telling you that's good. Now y'all sitting there looking at me all crazy and buck-eyed. You never want or need beyond what you already been thankful for. Celebrate God for what He's already done for you. I have lived a life I never even dreamed of. Never. The only thing I ever, you know, and I told you all other Sunday, you know, when I started looking at my house that I'm in now, I didn't even know a house like that exists. So we was driving, I was driving from Cindy Mortgage. That was where I worked, at Cindy Mortgage. And in driving home, I used to take the back roads. I learned that, well, you know, what it is. I learned that way because I was speeding on 295 and the police was chasing me and I got off at 43 was the next exit. And then I got, there wasn't no GPS systems then, y'all know that, right? There wasn't no GPS systems back then. You had a phone and all that stuff. And I went and then, so I don't even know how I got on that back road that take you back into Willingboro. Right, go to the bridge, then they close that bridge now. Because I guess so many people didn't run from the police. But that police was chasing me. I was going fast, and I had no business going that fast, but God forgave me. And the police was coming out, but he couldn't come out right away. But when he would come out, you understand, I got off. When I got off, I zipped through. Like I'm just trying to get away. And so I got off, and I made, I think, the first right or whatever, and that's how I wound up. You know, I pulled into the parking lot somewhere and give me some time to pray it out. You understand? Make sure God's going to set me free. And then I knew I wasn't going back on 295, so I didn't, you know, kept on going. And I learned that way. So then I said, oh. And I was like, oh my goodness, look at that. I had to break the law for God to show me a new way. You understand? And I started going that way. I started going that way home. Like just getting on 46, go through, blah, blah, blah. And then I saw these houses going up. And something drew me to them houses. I go on to Elon and said, we're going to look at these houses. Man, I walked in there, I never knew people lived like that. Everything I ever knew about a house changed. Never knew people lived like that. Never. Listen, I don't remember seeing stuff like that on TV. That's before cribs and all that stuff. And man, that thing opened me up to the point that I wanted more. And lo and behold, I got more. Amen. But you know God don't owe me a dime. Amen. I mean, everything I have at this stage of my life is because God exposed me to it. Amen. That's it. Everything good, everything great you know, things I want to do, ambitions that I have. It's all because God brought me there. He don't owe me nothing. If it wasn't for him, I wouldn't even know these things exist. There's another level for me. You live how you want to live. You just happy with a nice house, a car, and a boat, go ahead. But I know it's something greater for me. I know it's something greater for my family, for my kids. I know it's something greater. I know it is. And therefore, listen, I'm hungry for something I didn't even know exists. So I'm not about to be ungrateful because I ain't got it.
Amen.
You done allow God to open your mind up. Open you up. Show you some things. Show you a lifestyle that he wants to give you. I'm talking about peace, love. One young man, good guy, used to work with him, and he was saying, yeah, you know, you're inspiration, blah, blah, blah. He said, you know, but nobody knows, you know, too much, you know, about what about your life or whatever. And you need to put it out there, man, because other young guys like me want to know. First I present him, called himself young as if I was old. And he began to talk to me and talking about, you know, putting more stuff out. But I told him everything I value, I got out. I mean, everything that's important to me is on Facebook. Everything that completes me, I put my business out there. I don't put my cars out there because my cars is not what brings me joy.
Right.
I enjoy things I got, but they're not my joy.
Right.
Now I said, yeah, man, look, I said, everything that completes me is my family. Look at where I'm at. Look who I'm with. People that got to post their cars and their houses and their diamonds, but maybe that's what brings them joy. I don't know. But for me, I'd rather go to a softball game of one of my girls, knowing they're going to lose, than for me to be talking about some car guy.
Amen.
I'm telling you, I get depressed when the seasons, you know, you don't like that running and ripping and running, but boy, I'm telling you, to see your kids out there on the field. Every game I went to with my son was the Super Bowl. Every game. I enjoy every minute of it. I record every play, every single play. If you look at what other people have and think that's what make them joy, give them joy, or make them have joy, maybe you should sit and talk with them. Because you could be going after something that's totally irrelevant to them, but everything to you. Don't worry about no stupid cars. I'm telling you, if you're taking your kids on vacation, taking them down to Orlando, they don't care whether they're in a station wagon, or whether they're in one of them caravan, whatever you like, SUV. They don't care nothing about that. They just have fun. Have some. Listen, you ain't got to stop at the restaurant to enjoy a road trip.
Amen.
Let me tell you something. Can I tell you this? The best chicken is not Popeyes, Chick-fil-A, none of that. The best chicken is on a road trip when you're hungry. Boy, they rip that Tupperware. Y'all, they ain't got them Tupperware bowls no more. They used to have them Tupperware bowls where you couldn't get the lid. When they lid on, that lid is on. That was before Ziploc. Them bowls when my mama had. Them bowls them, and you snap that bowl on them. You couldn't smell nothing. Nothing was going to drip out. And you had tissue at the bottom of it. Y'all know nothing about that. You had the napkins on the bottom of it, fry that chicken, put that chicken in that bowl. I remember we used to go on church trips. And we'd be on that bus, we're on the way, when the after service over, get on that bus, they open the back. When that thing opened up, boy, that chicken light up that, woo! Yeah, man. Listen, you don't have to stop at restaurants to enjoy the road trip. So, but listen, and don't you hate nobody that is stopping at the restaurant.
That's right.
Now, I'm not packing lunch no more. I had my days. We used to go on vacation, and we barely could afford to go to the vacation. Well, we ain't going out, too. We rent something with a kitchen. Oh, y'all missed that. And my wife gonna make a big pot. Usually it was a pasta. Because that's something everybody, when you get hungry, you just put some in a bowl, put it in the microwave, keep it moving. Yeah, make a big pot of pasta, make some lasagna, ziti, something you're gonna make, and we're gonna eat that, the week meal. Now, we may get 1 or 2 times to go out, but for the week, yeah, we eating pasta. And the only difference is whether we're gonna have wings with it, or we're gonna have garlic bread, wish bread, wish you had some. It don't matter. We're gonna find a grocery store, we're gonna gonna get us a dessert. We're gonna buy a cake or pie. Child, I know how to make it work. People, when you see my kid, I'm thinking about going somewhere this year too. I'm thinking about going to Jamaica. When you see us somewhere doing something like that, you need to also know where we come from.
Right. Amen. Right.
We go on vacation, I take my kids, and they can take one friend. Because I know kids, and they don't enjoy vacations with you.
Right.
I mean, they ain't got no choice. But they don't want to be with you. Now, you can't be out there trying to take your kids and their friend, and then you're talking about something, the Lord said we fasted all this week. No, that's not right. No, man, listen. Don't be trying to value what other people don't even pay attention to.
Right. Amen.
People get glimpses of my house or something like that, and they think that's not important to me. I like the house. I ain't moving. My great-grandkids gonna live there. I'm gonna put something in order. That I met this Italian man. This was a house his grandfather had, and the house could only go to a boy child. You had to have your last name had to be the family's name. It would go to a boy child, and it's always the firstborn grandchild exactly that could get the house. So he was the firstborn, and from his father. So he was getting the house. So all his brothers and nephews, they couldn't get it. No, his brothers couldn't get it. Now, the first one out of his siblings, now if he in the house, and his brother has a son before he do, his brother now, his son, gets to get the house. Or they had it set up nice. And so I'm told the house was something to behold. You ain't had to fight nobody to go to take it. Listen to me. I plan to stay there all the days of my life, but that house don't mean nothing. I'm going to take that siding off. We're going to put some stone around it. I don't know, we're going to brick stone. We're going to do some stuff, make some other stuff with that. We're going to really enjoy the house. Yeah, but that house don't mean nothing but to enjoy.
Right.
My kitchen, we had just as much in Willingboro as far as joy, peace, and happiness. We made s'mores in Willingboro. We making s'mores over there. The only difference is we in the fireplace and versus over the stove. S'mores, some kids don't care. Go ahead, I dare you go get some marshmallows, graham crackers, and some Hershey, and go ahead and talk about we made a s'more. Man, please. Y'all don't know how to make it, that's why. I mean, we made them in Willingboro, and they taste the same too. Learn how to enjoy where you're at. And don't allow materialism to control your happiness. Bump that stuff. Just enjoy what God is doing in your life. Father, thank you. Thank you for this day and your children that came to this place to get more of you. Pray, God, that something was said to set us free, that we would not only want to win, but prepare to win. We understand that us winning produces your glory.